Your mind is a powerful tool. It can help you achieve great things, but it can also work against you. Every day, we have about 60,000 thoughts. Many of these thoughts are negative or unhelpful. That's why learning how to control your mind is so important. It's the key to using your mind to work for you, not against you. Controlling your mind means consciously choosing what you focus on. It means deciding which thoughts to allow into your head and which to let go. This is the first step to taking control of your life. Without it, you may waste a lot of time worrying about things that don't really matter. The first thing you need to understand is that your thoughts are not always true or objective. They can be distorted by fear, doubt, or emotions. For example, when you face a challenge, your mind might tell you, "You can't do this. You're not good enough." These thoughts are not facts. They're just feelings or fears trying to control you. In the past, you may have listened to these negative thoughts. They might have stopped you from trying new things, from taking risks, or from achieving your goals. But now, you have the power to change that. You can train your mind to focus on what is helpful and to let go of what is not. Imagine your mind as a garden. If you plant negative thoughts, like weeds, they will grow and take over your mind. But if you plant positive thoughts, like flowers, they will help you grow and flourish. The first step in controlling your mind is to start planting the right seeds. The next time you catch yourself thinking negatively, stop and ask, "Is this thought helpful?" If the answer is no, then replace it with something positive. For example, instead of thinking, "I'll never be able to do this," try thinking, "I may struggle at first, but I can learn and get better." Changing your thoughts takes practice, but the more you do it, the easier it becomes. You may also notice that your mind often thinks about the past or worries about the future. However, you can learn to focus on the present moment. Focusing on now can help you feel calmer and more in control. If you find yourself thinking about something that happened in the past or worrying about something in the future, gently bring your attention back to the present. Mindfulness is a great tool for this. Mindfulness is when you pay attention to what's happening around you, without judgment. For example, you can practice mindfulness while walking, eating, or even doing your chores. Simply notice the sensations, smells, and sounds around you. This helps you train your mind to focus on the present rather than getting lost in negative thoughts. Remember, controlling your mind doesn't mean pushing away all negative thoughts. It means recognizing them, understanding them, and choosing not to let them control you. The more you practice this, the stronger your control will become. The first step in controlling your mind is learning to think positively. Positive thinking doesn't mean ignoring the problems in your life or pretending that everything is perfect. It means focusing on the good things, even when life is difficult, and believing that you can overcome challenges. Positive thinking helps you stay motivated, take action, and achieve your goals. Many people struggle with negative thoughts. These thoughts often make us feel like we can't succeed or that we are not good enough. But the truth is, your thoughts have a huge impact on your reality. If you constantly think negatively, you will start to believe that your life is full of problems. On the other hand, if you focus on the positive, you will start to see opportunities and solutions. Here's a simple exercise to help you start thinking more positively. Every time you catch yourself thinking something negative, stop and change it to something positive. For example, instead of thinking, "I'm not good enough for this job," try thinking, "I have the skills and the ability to learn." It may seem difficult at first, but with practice, positive thinking will become a habit. Another powerful way to practice positive thinking is to use affirmations. Affirmations are short, positive statements that you repeat to yourself. For example, you might say, I am capable of achieving my goals, or I am confident and strong. By repeating these statements every day, you remind yourself of your strengths and abilities, which can help you feel more empowered and motivated. You can also start each day by thinking about the good things in your life. When you wake up in the morning, take a moment to think about what you are grateful for. It could be something as simple as your health, your family, or a good night's sleep. When you focus on what you are thankful for, it shifts your mind away from negativity and helps you start your day on a positive note. It's important to remember that positive thinking doesn't mean ignoring the difficult parts of life. Life is full of ups and downs, and it's normal to feel sad or frustrated sometimes. However, positive thinking helps you handle challenges in a healthier way. When you face a problem, instead of thinking, "This is too hard," think, "This is difficult, but I will find a way through it." One way to strengthen your positive thinking is to surround yourself with positive people. The people you spend time with can influence the way you think. If you spend time with people who are always complaining or focusing on the negative, it can be hard to stay positive. Try to spend time with people who lift you up, encourage you, and help you focus on solutions rather than problems. In addition to surrounding yourself with positive people, try to limit your exposure to negative media. Watching the news or scrolling through social media can often make us feel anxious, sad, or worried. While it's important to stay informed, it's also important to protect your mental health by choosing what you consume carefully. If you find that certain shows or social media accounts make you feel negative, consider taking a break from them. By practicing positive thinking every day, you can train your mind to focus on the good things in your life. Over time, this will help you feel more confident, motivated, and ready to face any challenge that comes your way. To control your mind, the first step is understanding the negative thoughts that often fill your head. Negative thoughts can be the biggest barrier to achieving your goals. They may tell you that you are not good enough, that you cannot do something, or that failure is inevitable. These thoughts are not facts. They are just fears or assumptions your mind makes. Recognizing these negative thoughts is essential for breaking free from them. The first step in identifying negative thoughts is being aware of when they occur. Negative thoughts often appear without warning, and they can happen at any time. You might have a negative thought when you face a challenge or when something doesn't go the way you planned. For example, if you make a mistake at work, you might think, "I'm terrible at my job." This is a common negative thought that doesn't reflect reality. To stop negative thinking, you need to first recognize when it happens. One way to do this is to keep a journal. Every time you notice a negative thought, write it down. This will help you see patterns in your thinking. Once you know what kinds of negative thoughts you have, you can start to challenge them. Another way to identify negative thoughts is to pay attention to how you feel when they happen. Negative thoughts often make you feel anxious, sad, or frustrated. If you feel any of these emotions, take a moment to ask yourself, "What am I thinking right now?" By asking yourself this question, you can become more aware of the negative thoughts that are affecting your mood. Once you identify a negative thought, you can challenge it. For example, if you think, "I'm not good enough," ask yourself, "Is that true? Have I ever been good at something before?" This question helps you realize that you are more capable than your negative thoughts may suggest. It's also important to understand that negative thoughts don't define you. Just because you think something doesn't mean it's true. Your thoughts are just thoughts, and they don't control your actions unless you allow them to. The key to controlling your mind is not letting negative thoughts take control of your behavior. To change negative thoughts, replace them with positive ones. For example, if you think, "I can't do this," replace it with, "I can learn and improve." It may take time, but with practice, You can train your mind to focus on positive, helpful thoughts. Remember, your thoughts are not facts. They are just reflections of your fears and beliefs. By identifying and challenging negative thoughts, you can take control of your mind and start thinking in a way that helps you achieve your goals. Focus is one of the most important skills for controlling your mind. In today's world, it's easy to get distracted. Social media, news, and other people all fight for your attention. But if you want to control your mind, you must learn to focus on what matters most. Focusing means paying attention to one thing at a time, blocking out distractions, and putting your energy into something important. When you focus, your mind works more effectively. You can complete tasks faster, remember information better, and feel less stressed. In contrast, when you are distracted, your mind becomes scattered. You may feel overwhelmed and unproductive because your attention is divided. One of the best ways to practice focus is to work on one task at a time. Many people try to do several things at once, like checking their phone while working or watching TV while studying. This is called multitasking, and it's not effective. Studies show that multitasking can actually make you less productive and can increase stress. Instead, focus on one thing and give it your full attention. Start by setting a timer for 10 minutes and focusing completely on one task. For example, if you need to write a report, focus on writing without checking your phone or thinking about other things. After 10 minutes, take a short break and then continue. Slowly increase the time you spend focusing, and you'll notice that it becomes easier over time. Another way to improve your focus is to create a distraction-free environment. Find a quiet space to work or study, and remove anything that could distract you. This might mean turning off your phone, closing unnecessary tabs on your computer, or telling people not to interrupt you. The fewer distractions you have, the easier it will be to focus. Focus also involves managing your energy. When you are tired or hungry, it's harder to concentrate. Make sure you are well rested, eating healthy foods, and taking breaks during your work. When your body feels good, your mind can focus better. Another powerful technique for improving focus is mindfulness. Mindfulness means paying attention to the present moment without judgment. You can practice mindfulness by simply focusing on your breathing or on the task at hand. If your mind starts to wander, gently bring your attention back to the present moment. Practicing mindfulness helps train your brain to stay focused on what you are doing instead of getting distracted by random thoughts. When you practice focus, you are teaching your brain to concentrate on what's important. This helps you get more done, feel less stressed, and control your mind more effectively. Over time, focus becomes a habit, and it becomes easier to stay on track even when there are distractions. Remember, focus is not just about working hard. It's about working smart. By focusing on one thing at a time, creating a distraction-free environment, and taking care of your body, you can improve your ability to concentrate and take control of your mind. Meditation is one of the most effective tools for controlling your mind. It helps calm your thoughts, reduce stress, and increase focus. Meditation can train your brain to stay calm and clear, even in difficult situations. By practicing meditation, you learn how to let go of negative thoughts and focus on the present moment. Meditation is simple, but it requires practice. The basic idea is to sit quietly, focus on your breath, and bring your mind's attention back when it starts to wander. At first, it may be hard to concentrate, and your mind might feel noisy. But over time, you will learn how to control your thoughts and quiet your mind. To begin, find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. Sit comfortably, either on a chair or on the floor, with your back straight. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in. Breathe in through your nose, Hold it for a moment, and then breathe out slowly through your mouth. Focus on the sensation of your breath entering and leaving your body. When your mind starts to wander, gently bring your attention back to your breath. Don't be hard on yourself if your mind drifts. It's normal for thoughts to come and go. The goal of meditation is not to stop thinking, but to become more aware of your thoughts and to learn how to let them pass without reacting to them. Start with just 5 minutes of meditation each day. As you get more comfortable, you can increase the time. You can also experiment with different types of meditation, such as guided meditation or mindfulness meditation. There are many apps and videos available that can guide you through different meditation techniques. Meditation can help you control your mind in many ways. It teaches you to focus on the present, which reduces stress and anxiety. It also helps you become more aware of your thoughts, so you can challenge negative or unhelpful thinking patterns. With regular practice, meditation can help you gain control over your mind, leading to greater peace and clarity. Another benefit of meditation is that it helps you become more mindful of your emotions. Often, our emotions can control our actions, leading to poor decisions or unnecessary stress. Meditation helps you observe your emotions without being controlled by them. You learn how to feel your emotions without letting them take over. If you are new to meditation, be patient with yourself. Like any new skill, it takes time and practice. Start with small steps. And remember that the goal is not to be perfect, but to become more aware of your mind and learn to control it. As you practice, you'll notice that you feel more relaxed, focused, and in control of your thoughts. In addition to meditation, you can practice mindfulness throughout your day. Mindfulness is simply paying full attention to the present moment. Whether you are eating, walking, or talking to someone, practice being fully present. This helps you build control over your mind in all situations, not just during meditation. Your emotions play a powerful role in controlling your mind. They can influence the way you think, react, and even how you see the world. Emotions are natural and important, but if you let them control you, they can prevent you from reaching your goals. Understanding your emotions and learning to manage them is a crucial part of taking control of your mind. Emotions like fear, anger, and sadness are common, and everyone experiences them. However, it's important to recognize that emotions are temporary. They come and go, but the way you respond to them can have a lasting impact on your life. If you allow your emotions to control your actions, you may make decisions you later regret or feel overwhelmed by situations that are not as bad as they seem. The first step in managing your emotions is awareness. Pay attention to how you feel throughout the day. When you feel angry or upset, ask yourself, why do I feel this way? Try to identify the trigger for your emotions. Is it something someone said? Is it a situation you are facing? Understanding the cause of your emotions helps you gain control over them. Once you understand what triggered your emotions, you can decide how to respond. For example, if you feel angry, you can choose to take a few deep breaths and calm yourself before reacting. If you feel sad, allow yourself to feel the emotion, but remind yourself that it's temporary. You can choose to take actions that help you feel better, such as talking to a friend, going for a walk, or practicing mindfulness. Another important aspect of controlling your emotions is learning to separate your feelings from your thoughts. Sometimes, our emotions influence the way we think about things. For example, if you're feeling anxious, your mind might tell you that something bad is going to happen, even if there is no evidence to support that thought. In these situations, remind yourself that emotions don't always reflect reality. You can challenge the negative thoughts that come from your emotions and replace them with more balanced, realistic thoughts. One powerful way to manage your emotions is through deep breathing. When you are feeling stressed or anxious, taking a few deep breaths can help calm your nervous system and reset your mind. To practice deep breathing, sit or lie down in a comfortable position. Close your eyes and take a slow, deep breath in through your nose. Hold it for a few seconds, and then breathe out slowly through your mouth. Focus on the sensation of your breath entering and leaving your body. Repeat this process until you feel more relaxed. Journaling is also a helpful tool for managing emotions. Writing down your feelings helps you understand and process them. When you write about your emotions, you can reflect on the situation that caused them and think about how to handle similar situations in the future. Journaling can help you gain emotional clarity and take control of your reactions. In addition to managing negative emotions, it's important to practice positive emotions. Gratitude is one of the most powerful positive emotions you can cultivate. When you focus on what you are grateful for, it shifts your attention away from negative emotions and helps you appreciate the good things in your life. Try writing down 3 things you are grateful for each day. This simple practice can improve your emotional well-being and help you stay positive. Remember, your emotions are a part of who you are, but they do not have to control your actions or thoughts. By practicing emotional awareness, deep breathing, journaling, and gratitude, you can learn to manage your emotions and take control of your mind. Over time, this will help you make better decisions, stay calm under pressure, and improve your overall well-being. Our habits shape the way we think and behave. The good news is we can change our habits. When you control your habits, you take control of your mind. Developing good habits can help you stay focused, motivated, and on track to achieve your goals. But to change your habits, you must first become aware of them. We all have habits, both good and bad. Good habits, like exercising regularly, eating healthy, and setting goals, can help us live a productive life. Bad habits, like procrastination, negative thinking, and spending too much time on social media, can keep us from reaching our full potential. The key to controlling your mind is to replace bad habits with good ones. The first step in changing a habit is identifying it. Pay attention to what you do every day. What habits do you have that are holding you back? Do you spend too much time on your phone? Do you procrastinate when faced with a task? Do you think negative thoughts about yourself? Once you identify your bad habits, you can begin to replace them with positive ones. Changing a habit takes time. Studies show that it takes around 21 to 66 days to form a new habit. But don't get discouraged if it takes longer than expected. Be patient with yourself and celebrate your progress along the way. Start small. Instead of trying to change everything at once, focus on one habit at a time. For example, if you want to stop procrastinating, try setting a timer for 10 minutes to focus on one task. Gradually increase the time as you build momentum. Accountability is another important factor when changing a habit. Find someone who can support you in your journey. This could be a friend, family member, or colleague. Share your goals with them and ask them to check in with you regularly. Having someone to hold you accountable will make it easier to stick to your new habits. Another way to change a habit is to make it enjoyable. If you want to start exercising more, choose an activity you enjoy. If you want to read more, choose books that interest you. The more fun you have with your new habits, the easier it will be to stick with them. This will help you stay motivated and excited about your progress. Environment plays a big role in shaping your habits. If you want to develop a good habit, make your environment support it. For example, if you want to eat healthier, fill your kitchen with nutritious foods. If you want to focus more, eliminate distractions in your workspace. By creating an environment that encourages good habits, you make it easier for your brain to follow through with positive actions. It's important to remember that changing habits is a gradual process. Don't expect instant results. Focus on consistency and small improvements each day. Over time, these small changes will add up, and your new habits will become second nature. If you slip up or fall back into old habits, don't be hard on yourself. Everyone makes mistakes. The key is to keep going and not give up. With patience, persistence, and a positive mindset, you can change any habit and take control of your mind. Fear is a powerful emotion that can stop you from taking action. It can hold you back from reaching your goals, trying new things, and living your life to the fullest. But fear doesn't have to control you. By learning how to manage your fear, you can take back control of your mind and take action toward your dreams. Fear is normal. Everyone experiences fear at some point in their life. It's the mind's way of protecting us from danger or the unknown. But sometimes, fear is based on false beliefs or overthinking. For example, you might feel afraid of speaking in public because you think you'll embarrass yourself. But in reality, most people are more focused on their own thoughts than on judging others. By facing your fear, you can realize that it's often not as scary as it seems. The first step in overcoming fear is to recognize it. When you feel afraid, stop and ask yourself, what am I really afraid of? Is it the fear of failure? The fear of making a mistake? The fear of what others will think? Understanding your fear helps you separate it from reality. Once you identify your fear, you can decide whether it is worth allowing it to control your actions. One way to overcome fear is to break it down into smaller steps. For example, if you are afraid of speaking in public, start by practicing in front of a mirror or with a friend. Then, try speaking in front of a small group. Gradually increase the size of the group as you become more comfortable. This method is called exposure therapy, and it helps you build confidence by facing your fears in manageable steps. Another way to manage fear is by using positive self-talk. When you feel afraid, your mind might tell you that you can't do something or that you will fail. But you can challenge these thoughts by telling yourself, I can do this, or I am prepared for this. Repeating positive affirmations helps train your brain to focus on the possibilities instead of the fears. Visualization is also a powerful tool for overcoming fear. Imagine yourself succeeding in whatever you are afraid of. If you're afraid of giving a presentation, picture yourself speaking confidently in front of an audience and receiving positive feedback. Visualization helps you feel more confident and prepared for the actual event. Sometimes, fear comes from the fear of making mistakes. But remember that mistakes are part of the learning process. No one is perfect, and everyone makes mistakes. What matters is how you respond to them. Instead of letting fear of failure stop you, use mistakes as an opportunity to grow and improve. Every mistake is a lesson that brings you one step closer to success. Another way to reduce fear is to focus on the present moment. Fear often comes from imagining worst-case scenarios in the future. But most of these fears never come true. By focusing on the present and taking one step at a time, you can reduce anxiety and feel more in control. Finally, remember that fear is often a sign that you are pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. Growth and success happen when you face your fears and step into the unknown. So, instead of avoiding fear, embrace it as a sign that you are moving towards something important. By recognizing your fears, breaking them into smaller steps, and using tools like positive self-talk and visualization, you can take control of your fear and start living more confidently. Fear may never disappear completely, but you can learn to manage it and not let it stop you from achieving your goals. Visualization is a powerful tool that can help you control your mind and achieve your goals. It involves imagining yourself succeeding in whatever you want to accomplish. By vividly picturing yourself reaching your goals, you train your brain to believe it's possible. Visualization helps create a mental image of success, which can lead to increased confidence, motivation, and focus. The first step in using visualization is to find a quiet place where you can relax and focus. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and imagine your goal clearly. Whether it's passing an exam, delivering a great presentation, or achieving something in your personal life, picture every detail. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you feel? The more vivid and detailed the image, the stronger the effect of visualization. For example, if you're preparing for a job interview, imagine yourself walking into the room confidently. Picture yourself shaking hands with the interviewer, answering questions calmly, and leaving the interview feeling proud of your performance. By imagining the entire experience, you make it feel more real, and your mind starts to believe that success is possible. Visualization is not just about imagining success. It's also about imagining the steps you need to take to get there. When you visualize, think about the actions you need to take to achieve your goal. If your goal is to learn a new skill, picture yourself practicing every day, overcoming challenges, and making progress. Visualization can help you focus on the process, not just the outcome. Research shows that athletes use visualization to improve their performance. They imagine themselves performing their sport perfectly, which helps them build muscle memory and stay focused during the actual event. You can use this same technique in your daily life. By visualizing yourself achieving your goals, you train your brain to work toward them with more focus and determination. One of the keys to effective visualization is to make it emotional. Don't just picture the success, feel the emotions that come with it. Imagine how proud, happy, or fulfilled you would feel if you achieved your goal. The emotional connection makes the visualization even more powerful. When you associate positive feelings with your goals, you're more likely to take action to make them a reality. It's also important to visualize regularly. The more you practice visualization, the stronger the effect it will have. Make it a part of your daily routine. Even just a few minutes of visualization each day can increase your belief in yourself and help you stay motivated. Self-talk is the way we talk to ourselves in our minds. It can be positive or negative, and it plays a huge role in controlling your mind. The way you speak to yourself affects your confidence, your motivation, and your overall well-being. Positive self-talk can help you feel more confident and capable, while negative self-talk can hold you back and make you feel like you're not good enough. The first step in improving your self-talk is becoming aware of it. Pay attention to what you say to yourself throughout the day. Do you tell yourself, "I'm not good enough," or "I can't do this"? These negative thoughts can affect your mood and your actions. The key is to recognize when you're being too hard on yourself and replace those thoughts with more positive, supportive ones. For example, if you make a mistake at work or school, your mind might say, "I always mess up. I'm a failure." Instead of letting that negative thought control you, try saying, "I made a mistake, but I can learn from it and do better next time." By changing your self-talk, you can shift your mindset from failure to growth. Positive self-talk helps you build resilience. Life is full of challenges, and it's easy to get discouraged. But when you practice positive self-talk, you remind yourself that you have the ability to handle difficulties. When you face a problem, tell yourself, "I can handle this," or "I have faced challenges before and succeeded." Another way to improve your self-talk is to use affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements that you repeat to yourself to build confidence and self-belief. For example, you might say, "I am capable of achieving my goals," or I am worthy of success. By repeating these affirmations daily, you train your mind to believe in your abilities and focus on the positive. It's also important to be kind to yourself. Many people are very critical of themselves, but self-criticism can lower your self-esteem and make you feel anxious. Practice speaking to yourself as you would to a close friend. If a friend made a mistake, you wouldn't call them a failure. Instead, you would encourage them and remind them that everyone makes mistakes. Self-talk can also influence your emotions. When you tell yourself something positive, it can make you feel better and more motivated. On the other hand, negative self-talk can make you feel anxious, sad, or unworthy. By practicing positive self-talk, you can boost your mood and your confidence, even in challenging situations. Remember, your thoughts create your reality. The more positive your self-talk, the more positive your life will become. By becoming aware of your self-talk and making an effort to change negative thoughts, you can take control of your mind and create a more positive, fulfilling life. Controlling your mind is not just about thinking positively or visualizing success. It's also about taking action. Action is the bridge between your thoughts and your results. No matter how much you want something or how clearly you can see your goals, nothing will happen unless you take action. Taking small, consistent steps toward your goal helps you build momentum and keep moving forward. The first step in taking action is to stop overthinking. It's easy to get stuck in your thoughts, especially when you're unsure about something. You might find yourself asking, "What if I fail?" Or "What if I'm not ready?" These questions can keep you from acting, but they're just fears. Instead of letting fear stop you, focus on taking the first step. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it does have to happen. Start by setting small, achievable goals. If your goal is big, break it down into smaller tasks that you can complete every day. For example, if you want to run a marathon, don't focus on the marathon right away. Start by running for 10 minutes a day, then slowly increase the time as you build your stamina. By starting small, you make the goal feel less overwhelming, and you'll begin to see progress. Another way to take action is to use a technique called chunking. This means breaking down a big task into smaller, more manageable pieces. For example, if you have to write a report, don't think about writing the entire report at once. Instead, break it down into steps. Research, outline, write the introduction, write the body, write the conclusion. By focusing on one chunk at a time, you avoid feeling overwhelmed and stay on track. It's also important to stay consistent. Taking action once or twice isn't enough to achieve your goals. Consistency is key. Even when you don't feel like it, do something every day to move toward your goal. Consistency builds momentum, and momentum makes it easier to keep going. If you only work on your goal when you feel motivated, you'll never reach it. But if you work on it every day, no matter how small the step, you'll make progress. One of the biggest obstacles to taking action is fear of failure. It's normal to be afraid of making mistakes, but failure is part of the process. Every successful person has failed at some point, but they didn't give up. They learned from their mistakes and kept going. The key is to see failure as a learning experience, not a reason to quit. If you make a mistake, don't be discouraged. Instead, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Use the lessons from your failures to improve and keep going. Remember, the more you take action, the more you learn and grow. Taking action requires courage and persistence, but it's the only way to turn your dreams into reality. So, start today, take that first step, and keep moving forward. Over time, the small actions you take will add up, and you'll be amazed at how far you've come. Patience is a vital skill when it comes to controlling your mind and achieving your goals. In today's fast-paced world, we often want immediate results. But the truth is, great things take time. Learning to be patient with yourself and with the process is key to maintaining your motivation and achieving long-term success. One of the first things to understand about patience is that it doesn't mean being passive. Patience isn't about waiting without doing anything. It's about trusting the process and continuing to take action, even when results are not immediate. When you are patient, you acknowledge that good things will happen, but they require time, effort, and persistence. Often, we expect instant results when we start working toward a goal, but progress usually happens slowly. Whether you are learning a new skill, building a business, or improving your health, it's important to recognize that progress is a journey, not a destination. Every small step counts, even if it doesn't seem like you're making much progress at the moment. If you don't see immediate results, it's easy to become frustrated and lose motivation. But this is when patience is most important. Remind yourself that growth takes time. Trust that your hard work will pay off, even if it doesn't happen as quickly as you'd like. Every effort you make is an investment in your future success. One way to practice patience is to set realistic expectations. Break down your larger goals into smaller, manageable steps. For example, if you're trying to learn a new language, don't expect to be fluent overnight. Set a goal to learn 5 new words each day or practice for 30 minutes each day. As you continue to make small improvements, your skills will grow over time. Patience also means being kind to yourself when things don't go as planned. Everyone makes mistakes, and no one achieves success without setbacks. When you experience setbacks, don't give up. Instead, use them as learning opportunities and continue working toward your goal. Remember, success doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, effort, and patience. Stay focused on the process, trust yourself, and keep moving forward. Over time, you'll see the results of your hard work, and the journey will feel just as rewarding as the destination. The people around you can have a huge impact on your thoughts, emotions, and overall mindset. If you want to control your mind and achieve your goals, it's essential to surround yourself with positive influences. Positive people encourage you, support your dreams, and help you stay focused on the right things. They inspire you to grow and challenge yourself to become better every day. Negative influences, on the other hand, can drain your energy, increase self-doubt, and make it harder for you to stay motivated. If you spend time with people who are always complaining, criticizing, or focusing on problems, it can be easy to fall into the same negative mindset. This is why it's important to choose the people you spend time with wisely. Start by identifying the people who bring positivity into your life. These are the individuals who lift you up, who encourage you when you're feeling down, and who support your personal growth. Surrounding yourself with these people can make a huge difference in your ability to control your mind and stay focused on your goals. It's also important to distance yourself from negative people who bring you down. While it may not always be easy, cutting ties with individuals who do not support your growth can help protect your mental health. If you can't avoid negative people, try to limit your time with them. Instead, focus on building relationships with those who inspire you. In addition to people, the content you consume can also affect your mindset. This includes the media you watch, the social media accounts you follow, and the books or articles you read. If you're constantly exposed to negativity through the media or online, it can be difficult to stay positive. Try to choose media that motivates you, that teaches you something new, or that helps you stay calm and focused. Follow accounts that inspire and educate you, rather than those that cause stress or spread negativity. You can also seek out mentors or role models who can help guide you on your journey. A mentor is someone who has experience and wisdom in areas where you want to grow. They can offer valuable advice, share their own experiences, and help you stay focused on your goals. Having a mentor or role model can be incredibly motivating, as it gives you someone to look up to and learn from. Remember, you are the sum of the people you surround yourself with. Choose your relationships carefully and seek out those who help you grow, challenge you in a positive way, and inspire you to be your best self. With the right support and positive influences, you'll have the strength and motivation to control your mind and achieve your dreams. Gratitude is one of the most powerful tools for controlling your mind. When you practice gratitude, you focus on the positive things in your life, which shifts your mindset from scarcity to abundance. It helps you see the good in every situation, even when things are tough. Practicing gratitude can reduce stress, improve your mood, and increase your overall happiness. The first step in practicing gratitude is recognizing the things you are thankful for. It's easy to focus on what we don't have or what isn't going right in our lives. But when you shift your focus to what is going well, it changes your perspective. Start by taking a moment each day to think about what you are grateful for. This could be something big, like having good health, or something small, like a nice cup of coffee in the morning. One effective way to practice gratitude is by keeping a gratitude journal. Each day, write down 3 things you are grateful for. They don't have to be big or life-changing events. They can be simple things, like a kind word from a friend, a beautiful sunset, or a delicious meal. The more you practice gratitude, the more you'll start to notice the positive things in your life, and the easier it will be to focus on them. Another way to practice gratitude is to express it to others. Take time to thank the people in your life who support you, who make you smile, or who help you when you need it. Showing gratitude not only makes others feel appreciated, but it also strengthens your relationships and encourages positivity. Gratitude also helps you stay grounded and focused on the present moment. When you feel stressed or overwhelmed, take a moment to remind yourself of what you have to be thankful for. It will help calm your mind and reduce anxiety. You can even use gratitude as a tool to change your mindset when you're feeling negative. Instead of focusing on what's going wrong, ask yourself, what is going well in my life right now? In addition to its mental benefits, practicing gratitude can also improve your physical health. Studies have shown that people who practice gratitude regularly have lower levels of stress and depression, better sleep, and stronger immune systems. Gratitude has a positive effect on your mind and body, making it a simple yet powerful tool for improving your overall well-being. Remember, gratitude is not just a feeling, it's a habit. The more you practice it, the more natural it will become. By focusing on what you are grateful for, you can train your mind to stay positive, calm, and centered, no matter what challenges you face. At the end of the day, controlling your mind is not about being perfect or never having negative thoughts. It's about becoming aware of your thoughts, emotions, and actions, and choosing how to respond to them. When you learn to manage your mind, you take control of your life. You become the person who makes things happen, who moves forward despite challenges, and who believes in their ability to succeed. The key to controlling your mind is practicing these habits consistently. Positive thinking, self-talk, visualization, patience, gratitude, and emotional awareness all play a role in shaping the way you think and feel. When you combine these habits, you create a strong foundation for success. Your mind will no longer be a barrier to your dreams. It will be your greatest ally. It's also important to remember that controlling your mind is a lifelong journey. You won't change everything overnight, and there will be days when you struggle. But that's okay. Growth takes time, And every step you take toward controlling your mind brings you closer to living the life you want. Start small. Focus on one habit at a time and build from there. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small it may seem. Over time, you'll notice that you feel more in control of your thoughts, emotions, and actions. You'll be able to handle stress better, face challenges with confidence, and stay focused on your goals. The most powerful thing you can do for yourself is to believe that you have the ability to control your mind. When you believe in yourself, your mind will work in your favor. You will be able to achieve things you once thought were impossible. So, take a deep breath, trust in the process, and remember that your mind is yours to control. With practice, patience, and persistence, you can become the master of your thoughts and the creator of your own success.